Uploading Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. and anime and manga contributor to Bounding in the Comics, and it seems like Square Enix is manga upping on the art, but maybe manga doubling down on microtransactions. But before I get into this story, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing, I want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be live reactions or news and analysis like this video. Feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to the tweet that we will be covering up in here. So, alrighty. So this is more of a breaking news story because this just came out recently, like in the last hour, couple hours or so as of this recording. And for those of you that don't know the story, there was a scandal, quite the scandal, where Square Enix basically censored all of the art, like in the weirdest way, on their Manga Up app, their global version of Manga Up, which is basically supposed to be the equivalent of like Comic Key. Well, Comic Key not global yet, but you understand. It's gonna be like Comic Key, Manga Plus, Comic Walker, that shit. And fans were not having it, not. And I even, something was going on to the editor of the Japanese equivalent of Manga Up, because this is ridiculous. And sometimes when it comes to these kinds of things, you have to go higher up, because the English side of things, they're not going to do shit. We've learned this from the transing scandal with I Think I Turned My Childhood Friend Into a Girl. We had to go to the mangaka, and we then, the mangaka referred everyone to the publisher, and then shit got done. And it's the same thing with shit with Manga Plus. I talked to the editor there. I talked to the editors in regards to certain things. Depends on the series. But yeah, I tweet the editors. I always go to the editors for certain things to get questions answered and all that. Because it's ridiculous. And I've had to learn the hard way that you have to go to the higher ups. You have to go above everyone's head to get anything done. But the other problem that was going on here, and you'll see as I'm reading this, that it is not being addressed, and I'm probably going to be the only person that addresses this, is that there was microtransactions going on where midway through the chapter, you couldn't read the full chapter without paying, which is absolutely ridiculous. The only time that happens is when it's like a free trial version, and that means you're paying for the whole volume or the whole chapter. It's goddamn ridiculous. I hate when you have to do that too. I mean, I hate that period. This is, and well, again, what they're trying to do is kind of be like a Comic Key, more like a Comic Key, or follow like Katakawa's situation, which I hate Katakawa's reader, by the way. Really hate it. But anyways, let's get into this message. See what I have up in here. Update regarding modifications to artworks on Manga Up. Hello, Manga Up fans. Thank you for sharing your feedback on Manga Up. Oh, yes, we did, and we went higher up. Hopefully, I wasn't the only one. We heard your comments and have issued us an update to the app that removes the use of black bars from all content. Well, at least this isn't a situation where, like it was with 7Cs, that they basically admitted they weren't going to do shit until the Japanese publisher intervened. Oh, God. Yeah. So we don't know. Here's the thing. We don't know for sure if the Japanese publisher intervened in this situation. We don't know. Part of me feels like they did. Just my gut is telling me that is the case. I really hope they did. Because that means they're going to keep these motherfuckers on a tight leash. I really hope they did. Oh my God, I really hope they did. Starting today, suggestive content You still are calling it whatever. Suggestive content has been restored to its original artwork, and explicit content has been addressed using blurring or shading techniques that are less intrusive to the reading experience. Okay, why are you still doing this for for explicit content? Why? Why are you doing this for explicit? Why, you may ask? Well, there is the possibility that they're trying to get through like the app store, because we do have that kind, like I'm talking about for like nipples specifically. You do have that kind of issue going on with Manga Plus as well. You do have that. So, like for example, in like Ayakashi Triangle, for example, we don't get like full nudity. We still have like nips and stuff. Nips censored. Like certain things are still censored to an extent, and that's why we're getting an uncensored physical release. It's just there's just some things that are going to be a little bit censored. So I don't like it. Trust me, I don't. But this is better. This is a million times better. If it is, again, if this is like the situation that, we see like in Manga Plus, with series like Ayakashi Triangle, or we've seen like with Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, or we see with Goddess Cafe Terrace. If it's shit like that, okay, I can understand. I can understand why they're going this route. Or with Marusehi No Slave, I can see that too. I can completely understand why they're going that route. But that also still worries me. What they consider explicit content. That's the thing that needs to be defined here. What do they consider suggestive content, and what are they defining as explicit? That is the thing that really concerns me. Explicit, like, because I have my definition of explicit, like sexual content. Like, if you want to talk about explicit, woo, just go look at what goes down in Ayakashi Triangle. That shit is like the definition of like explicit. Oh, damn straight it is. Oh, it is. You see like almost everything up in there, because Ibuki likes pushing the envelope. He is like the king of lewd. Goddess Cafe Terrace, there's like innocent. Goddess Cafe Terrace, it's just like some nudity and shit like that. Suggestive content. What do you mean with suggestive content? Are you just like? That's what I just don't understand. What you mean by suggestive content or explicit content? Like, are we just talking about suggestive content being like nudity, or are we talking like explicit content being like rape, or like what? That's what I don't know. I don't know your definitions for that. Based on what we saw being censored, I do not know what these motherfuckers think is explicit and suggestive. I don't know. I don't. And that's very, very concerning, at least for me. In the future, we will do our best to only modify artwork when absolutely necessary, and to do so in a manner that is as seamless as possible to the storytelling. I don't believe you. I don't fucking believe you. Oh God. We hope these changes will improve your overall experience and would like to offer existing users a gift of 300 XP, which automatically has been issued to your accounts on September 5th at 11 a.m. JST. We are committed to delivering the best manga reading experience, so we hope you stay tuned for the future updates and enjoy the works available on the app. Thank you for your support. Manga Up team, I don't believe you. I don't. And also, notice they did not address the microtransactions. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers are going to still keep doing these microtransactions. They're still going to keep doing they're going to censor. They will still censor. They're just going to be sneaky about it. Oh, fam, I'm telling you, they are going to do it. I know it. I know they're going to do it and be sneaky. I don't trust them mofos. Until them mofos are fired, I'm not going to trust them. I'm not going to trust them one fucking minute. They've broken the trust. The fact that they don't define what explicit and what suggestive content is, and especially in their eyes, is really concerns me. They should define it. They should. Again, I know I have my views of explicit and suggestive. There's the general definition of explicit and suggestive content. There is. But again, the way they were censoring, I'm telling you, I just don't know with them. I don't trust them one bit. I'm not touching that shit. I am not going to touch that app until that is addressed. I'm not going to touch that app until the microtransactions are addressed. I refuse to do it. If they sponsor me, that's a different story, because then I'll roast the fuck out of them and be paid for it. But Manga Up, you need to fix your shit. You need to address this. If you do not address this, I will keep calling you out for your shit. I will keep roasting you for it. Because I do not... Nah. This is unacceptable. We don't see this shit. I'm gonna bring up Comic for a second here. We don't see this shit in like Battling 5 Seconds After Meeting, and that shit has some really fucked up content up in there. We don't have this issue in Kengan Omega, and Kengan Omega has some really fucked up shit up in there. And I'm not talking about sexual content. I'm just talking about like really disturbing content in terms of like brutal injuries and shit. Yeah. And Manga Plus, like, I don't know about like the other, some of the like shoujo stuff up in Comic. I'd have to double check, but to be honest, with Comic, with knowing how they do their hiring and stuff like that for localizations, for in the case of Kengan, they actually hired, and also the mangaka approved of them, the actual localizing, the fan translators. They chose them to do it. So I have more, I trust Comic. I have no issues with them. Manga Plus, minus that incident we had with that fucker going off on people that were concerned about summertime rendering, I'm still very, very skeptical with him. I do not like what was said. That was really fucked up. But I haven't seen really any issues with the translations for Manga Plus. I haven't had that many problems with it. But what's the other one? And then there's the translations for from Kodansha for like Azuki and Crunchyroll manga. I've not seen any issues there either. There hasn't been any censorship problems there as well. So that's why, like, when I see the Square Enix stuff, I'm like, what the fuck? Even yet, it's crazy. Yen Press, who has the, and I did a video on this, Yen Press, who has the rights for the simulpubs for like Black Butler and for and Kakiguri and Goblin Slayer Year One Side Story, which I do cover on this channel. They don't have this issue. No, it's not censored like this. This is ridiculous. My God, it is fucking ridiculous. I'm telling you, if I get word that this is still, that it is really, really bad still, oh, well, first of all, I'm going to still report them to the freaking editor and say that they're still not being honest, because they aren't being honest, let's be real. And I'm going to tell them, the editor over at the Japanese editor of Manga Plus, or a Japanese editor of Manga Up, that I'm still concerned about the state of the art over there, and I'm concerned about the microtransactions. I'm very concerned. I'm really curious what you guys think. I don't believe them for a fucking second. After all the shit that I've had to deal with other publishers, I do not trust them. I don't trust them for a minute. And also, I have to include this to boot because I've had to go to court against um, I've had to fight the college system. I've had to fight landlords before, not this one, but like previous landlords, and I've had to go through legal documentation and shit. So I can read, and also covering manga and books really helps learning how to read between the lines of shit like this. So yeah, I can tell that they're full of shit. Yeah. Anyways, very curious what you guys think of this. Do you believe them for a minute? I don't. I don't. I don't believe. I'm gonna say this. I believe their censorship is gonna be more sneaky because they feel, and they're gonna use they're not gonna get rid of the microtransactions. It's still gonna be there, at least in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more manga content, manga and anime content. The ways you can do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network, that's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!